is new projects. This week we have a project that probably is going to be a long-term project. I believe most of our interior doors are all solid wood. So I am planning to strip them all and just refinish them. So I'll sand them all the way down and then just put a clear finishing coat on them depending on the wood color that I see once I get down to the bottom. But to test my theory and to see if what I'm thinking is actually valid, I'm gonna start with my office door, or my closet door in my office. For today, we are gonna go ahead and take off this door and then obviously take this stuff off. I'm gonna go ahead and put some paint stripper on here and scrape that off and see what we're working with. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Should have done the bottom one first. It's gone. I got the top one out and then obviously it shifted like you saw. And so it was a struggle to get the bottom one out. I should have started with the bottom one. So my husband helped me hold the door while I got that last one out. And now it's sitting in our dining room. I move it outside and put the paint stripper on. Not the stripper. I'm gonna put the paint stripper on. So from the looks of it, I think I'm right about it being solid wood. You can see there, right there, it looks like it's solid wood all the way through. So that gives me some hope. I really would love to have some wood doors. All right, so from my understanding, and what I've read on the instructions as well as watched on YouTube, is it needs a thick layer. And then because I'm doing this outdoors with some sunlight, I'm gonna cover it with saran wrap so it doesn't completely evaporate. So wish me luck. All right, we are back in business. Had a little lunch and now we are gonna take this plastic off, and already it's looking pretty good. Looking forward to scraping this off. I'm hoping it'll be very satisfying. I'm almost wondering if this might be a two-part process, because looks like there's a few layers of paint that didn't quite get through, but that's all right. Let's scrape this first one off and see what we're working with. This is definitely interesting. I could tell where I had much thicker layers, much more paint is coming off. So I'm gonna have to do this again, but in a much thicker. I'll probably just leave it on overnight. That's what I'm thinking. All right, day 2. We got this late last night. It was a little too dark to film, but did more of the Citristrip and then put the plastic on to keep it in place and make sure it doesn't just dry out. So now I'm gonna scrape this off and see where we're at. Hoping I don't have to repeat this, but thinking I will. All right, let's get to it. This is definitely interesting. I could see some writing coming out. See if I can peel that away and not totally remove it. Not sure what to make of it. It's also a shame now. It's kind of cool and would be good preserving, but the citrus stuff has already eaten through it. But we'll see what happens. If anything, it's some research. Well, it needs another coat of this stuff, which is fine. I totally kind of expected that. So got another one on. I haven't filmed the whole scraping process just because it's pretty redundant of what I'm doing. I'm gonna come back in when I start sanding, but I know rain is coming, so it might get delayed a little bit. We'll see. All right, here we are a week later and ready to sand. I don't have absolutely all paint off, but I'm hoping with the sander this will come off. I had to do 3 rounds of the Citristrip on each side, but looking forward to sanding and getting this project moving forward. So here we go. All right, I'm gonna start using a block now because with the orbital sander, it does cause a lot of like circular sanding marks. So you'll notice that I haven't done the inside parts, the insets of the doors, and that's just because this isn't squishy enough to really get into the grooves. So I need to come up with a different way of getting in there because there is some significant paint residue in there. So more to come on that. Well, we're getting, what I keep thinking is sanding stage is over, but I have to go back a couple times for putting more of the paint stripper on because I have been struggling with these edges here because they're like ridges. It's like 3 different ridge levels. I don't know what else to call it, but you see all this paint, especially in these corners. It's been incredibly difficult to get out. So what I have done or found to be easy is taking a smaller paintbrush and just going along the edges, just really hitting them up right here. I did that on the flip side here and it worked really well. So now I'm gonna start that here. Let it sit overnight again. I feel like that's all I'm doing is putting paint stripper on and then letting it sit, trying to sand, and then realizing I need to go back a step. This has been a greater struggle than I thought it was gonna be. No, struggle isn't the right word. It hasn't been as fun, and I don't think anyone would think paint stripping is fun. But going through the discoveries that I've seen, what I'm going through here is really a learning process for myself. I do have 6 other doors in our house that I want to do this to. Whether or not I will do them all in a row is highly doubtful, but I'm hoping that once we get to a point of being able to remodel our house and add on to it like we are talking about doing in a few years' time, that I can still keep these doors because they're an original part of the house and I don't want them to go to waste. And I would like, with my remodel and revision plans, to have some sort of organic modern design to it. So let's see. I'm gonna put the paint stripper on and then let it sit overnight.
Wow, so I just gave a whole speech and not once did I notice that I was not recording. So let's see if I can do this again. I do see it as recording now. But yeah, so we are here. We're at the point, we're inside our carriage house. So that's why it kind of looks like a living room. We use this as our entertainment room. I'm watching some YouTube while I'm gonna start the staining process finally on this door. It's been 6 weeks. Granted, we've had some weather issues that prevented me from doing any sanding outside. I remember at the beginning of this process, I was looking forward to an indoor project, but like 90% of this project has actually been outdoors. But now I'm at a point where I can stain it indoors because I got a water-based stain. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the pre-stain conditioner. Again, it's all water-based. Hopefully it's a smooth process. I can't imagine that it's going to be slightly difficult, maybe disappointing if I don't like how it turns out, but that's my fault, not the stain's fault. I did tape the edges here because on this top side, I didn't want to accidentally get on the edges and then have like shading variances or anything like that. Once I get that top coat on, or excuse me, the conditioner on, I'm going to wait a few minutes and then wipe it off. And then I'm going to let it dry, sand it a little bit with a 220 grit. And then I'm going to move on to the first coat of stain. Now this is Minwax. It's a Simply White. It's a water-based stain, and I'm going to do one coat of that. And when I go on to the second coat, I'm actually going to switch it up to the Dark Walnut, also by Minwax. And when I'm totally done with the staining, I'm going to seal it up with the polyacrylic from Minwax. So wish me luck. Keep on watching. I know it's been a long process, but we're almost there. Oh yeah. It's our workout area, or yeah. So a little bit of a multi-purpose room in here. All right, let's get to it. All right, I figured I should probably capture this before I totally finish. So you see me do some sanding and staining. Right now I'm putting the first round of top coat on. The bottom side here is already done. I've done all the top coats. So now I'm just working on finishing this up. So tonight I'll put on the first top coat, and then tomorrow morning I'll put on the second. And I don't think I'll need more than two. I didn't on the other side. And then I am going to go ahead and hang this back up, and fingers crossed, no more issues. I did have a couple of hiccups with staining when I first did it and had to sand it off and reapply it. But other than that, it's been pretty smooth sailing since, and I am really happy with how it turned out. The color is great. It's not too dark. That red isn't pulling through as much as I was worried about. It is a little bit right here, but this is the inside of the door, so it's going to be inside the closet. Not too concerned about it. And this top coat, I think, is looking nice and shiny. Well, first top coat is on, and I thought I had recorded that whole process, but apparently not. So I will make sure to record the second coat that I do. Now it's looking very shiny. Let it sit for a couple of hours, and probably till tomorrow morning, to be honest, because I am quite spent for the night. But yeah, this is how it's looking so far. All right, I kind of forgot to fill a little bit, but I have the hinges in here boiling right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and start scraping the paint off. They've been sitting in basically hot water and baking soda for just over an hour. I figure there's probably just as many layers of paint on these that there was on the door. So hopefully we can get this off in one swoop. So yeah, let's see how this works out. All right, how am I gonna do this? Let's see. See that this is gonna be satisfying. Ooh, look at that. That just came off. I already did one hinge, so. All right, there they are. I think they came out pretty good. I mean, there's still some residual, but that doesn't bother me at all. I actually really like how they turned out. And these aren't hinges that I plan to have forever. I do want to eventually replace them with something that is more along our style, whether that's a different color or more antique looking. I haven't decided yet, but for now these are good, clear of paint. And I also did the screws that go into the frame. They were covered in paint right here in the middle part, so that should make it easier to reinstall them, which is what I'm gonna do next. I did it. It's installed. Look at that door. I am so excited about this. That looks so good. So happy.
Oh, that looks great. You just gotta scrape the paint off the...
Yeah,
here.
I'm gonna be replacing the doorknobs anyway, so it wasn't...
Looks really good.
It looks good, right?
Oh, it's great, yeah. Looks classy.
I love it. It turned out so much better than I thought it would.
Yeah, it was better than I was expecting too.
We're done. Door is stained all the way and hung, and I am loving it. It's been here for about a week and a half, and I've really loved just sitting at my desk, seeing this door, and seeing it completed. I do want to be able to change out the hardware, but I'm gonna wait until all the doors here are done, so that I can get all the hardware pieces for all the doors all at once and make sure they're the same and uniform. And I think my next door is actually either gonna be this door or my husband's office closet door, just like mine. But yeah, I couldn't be happier with this. The only thing that's a little disappointing, and again, I wasn't sure if that was gonna get fixed or not, is it gets hung up a little bit right here. So I'm gonna try and sand it down, try and like knock off some of the unevenness up there, and hopefully that will help with the issue of opening and closing this door. Right now I just kind of leave it like that so that it is technically open. I just have to pull it, but it will get there one day. Like I said, I love how the stain came out, and even though it took a lot of work and a lot of the paint stripper, I wouldn't have changed anything about it. And now I know what to do and what not to do for the next door that I move on to. Don't think it's going to be anytime soon because I do have some other projects coming up that I want to focus on, but hopefully by the time we do some sort of big remodel and add on to the house, I'll have all the doors done and we can put them in some sort of storage to protect them while the house is getting remodeled. But that is our 5+ year plan, so that's gonna take some time. But yeah, I hope you like it as much as I do, and hopefully this wasn't too much of a boring project to follow and you learned something as well. My next project is actually going to be building a outdoor couch for our fire pit that I've been slowly putting together. And after that,
I think I'm going to move into our dining room and do a project there to kind of hide our washer dryer that sits in the dining room, but also to give us more kitchen storage space because we have very limited space within our existing kitchen. So follow along, hit subscribe, like, and all those fun buttons to get notified when I put out another video, and I will see you on the next one.